First down and 10 from the 28. Sorsby going to throw it down the sideline, and it's incomplete as he challenges Andrew Marshall right away, intended for Caleb Goody. Well, Scott Satterfield is the head coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats.
In the middle of the field for Brendan Sorsby to contend with.
On the quick out, complete. Caldwell couldn't get away from the DB, brought down almost immediately. Hits his receiver quickly. Royer reaching for the end zone, won't make it, brought down.
Missed from 49 last week. His career long is 38, but they're thinking end zone here. Greer. Finley was throwing Tim Greer's way. That's been his preferred target on this drive, but it was broken up by Andrew Marshall.
And I really do like some of the pass catchers that Akron has access to. Not only guys who've been with the program, but those who transferred in. It's a tough cover, but we've been talking about this secondary for Nebraska throughout the night. Some straight man coverage, some quarters here, man across the board. Andrew Marshall had him gloved up.
Tim Greer played at Fresno State.
Right in the same spot, but you know where you're going to end up.
There are two quarterbacks in the backfield, both Ben Finley and Michael Johnson Jr. And Johnson will take the ball on a handoff, and it goes nowhere. Another TFL, Dasan McCullough, Andrew Marshall, all part of that.
Take the snap from his end line. Conservative play call just to try and get it away from the shadow of their own goalposts. Darrell Evans barrels out.
Offense off the football field so they can steal possessions.
Jake Weir, the quarterback, in the pistol. Hands it off to Evans. And I'm telling you, he just cannot get started. These black shirts, the defense has been all over the place. Their quarterback is Jake Weir. Four-man rush, slant. Catch is made, but a really quick tackle. That's a gain of 6 on first down. Jerian Wallace with the catch.
All right.
Evans finds the edge. Pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a good gain on first down.
Was able to defend the run and limit it.
Slant, incomplete. Clock will stop.
Gonna throw on second down. Got it out complete. And out to the 12-yard line. A Channing Goodwin. For Sharon or Jim Harbaugh, they've won them all. And right now they're winning on this possession offensively as Samaj to the top of your screen. The rolls that way, the throws that way. Morgan got the first down.
Broke a tackle on a key play that was defended right there.
Play clock down again. The gives to Haynes. And Haynes has got all kinds of room and a big hole in a first.
The defense has been since the end of last year, again, along with Holgerson. Second down and 9. Childs. Half in which Michigan State made a nice comeback against USC. Had a chance to think about winning that game in the late third quarter. His first career interception. And this one is caught by Nick Marsh. Against the wind, as was written by Bob Seeger once. Mekhi Frazier on a stretch play. Upended by Andrew Marshall.
So safety's an opportunity to run the football.
Yeah, look at that play. Frazier buried by Marshall. He read that right away. Flush from the pocket. Well, I like this kid. Velling on the receiving end from Milivojevic. And Milivojevic
missing his 4th straight game with injury. Third down for Washington. And that is snagged by Octavian Smith. And a first down. A big conversion. And Jake, you mentioned earlier. Caleb Webb tackled, and it's now third down. No gain.
And that's a big reason why.
Nolan Ray got a good block and a first down. The tight end, Leon Houghton, was able to create some space. They snap it out of there, and now Washington looking to throw, and Fleming has it broken up at the last moment by the #1 corner for Nebraska, Andrew Marshall.
This is really interesting. Anytime an offense goes into this formation, they're just looking at the numbers, and Maryland had the numbers they wanted down to the bottom of their formation. Nebraska only had 2 defenders in the area, so it looked like Washington looks like initially he's going to try to throw the screen to number 5, Octavian Smith, but you see number 1, Sierra Wright, he just triggers on it right away. So then Washington is able to leak outside of the pocket. He had 2 options. Could have thrown to...
receivers downfield. Defense, number 61.
Yep.
Penalties.
You may have heard that announcement there. Ineligible foul on Maryland in under the last 5 minutes. And after the penalty is tacked on to the end of the return, there is Nolan Ray. Good to see him back. And just to be clear,
he should play more man-to-man coverage, and I think he's going to start to play it because Lindsey has shown that he can beat zone.
Darius Taylor, DT for a TD. Are they going to rule him out at the 1? Oh my goodness.
And McCullough twisting inside, they pick him up to the sideline and incomplete. Griffin Wilde was defended by Andrew Marshall. The top cover corner for Nebraska comes up with the stop, and it's 4th down.
3rd and 3 showing a 0 blitz.
How many are coming? They drop a couple out. 4 are coming. Stone unloads it. Wilde twisting in the air. No huge pops yet for that Northwestern run game with Komolafe. Stone steps out of pressure again and on target. He has Elegant extending the play and extending. 85,000 fans turned up. Game-deciding play right here.
0 coverage down here.
4th and 6.
Sluggo.
Stone takes that shot. Wilde can run it down. Best against best. Andrew Marshall with the coverage on Wilde.
I hope they're ready, and King was.
We only had 11 carries before that Michigan game.
And continues to dominate on the ground.
And just as valuable in the run game.
Play action, Mayava, incomplete. Good coverage by Andrew Marshall on Lane, and it's 2nd and goal. Had 6 carries for 22 yards against Notre Dame.
USC nearly 70% in the red zone, scoring touchdowns.
Mayava, end zone, incomplete. A little bit in front of Jaden Richardson, who is double covered, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this is good.
Mayava scans. Mayava steps up. Out of the pocket. Mayava will run, and he's short. There's a curiosity how many snaps he could legitimately play up front for USC. This was dangerous and taken away. It is picked by Andrew Marshall. Special season, special player in a special place.
Why do you make this throw, though, if you're Jaden Mayava? This is a decision that we have not seen him make. Now, he threw 2 interceptions against Notre Dame, but the corner is right underneath this route. I mean, there's no chance to get the ball over his head to your receiver, Jacoby Lane. Andrew Marshall in perfect position, and Nebraska with a golden opportunity by Andrew Marshall.
Here's his next one. It's a deep ball down the middle of the field into double coverage. It is incomplete. Richardson got his hands on it and just couldn't squeeze it. And guess who's in the area again? Number 10 in black, Andrew Marshall.
I mean, this is just fighting to the very end of the play. Get your hand in between his hands and just keep fighting. This young guy, he's a California native from Eastvale, California, transferred here from Idaho. We talked to Jason Eck in week 1. The new coach at New Mexico had him
to the bottom of your screen. Mayava with time, now running out. Unloads it late to Berger. Berger, a 1st down. 1st down. 13th play of the drive, over 7.5 minutes long. Berger on a stretch play. This is the setback on 3rd and 10. Calls his own number again. Oh my goodness. Oh, 1st down. Utilize the sideline, you'd figure here. And they do. You got to get there though. Flores has it. Nebraska's
yards on the season, only 134.6 through the air per game. Katron Allen gets to the outside. Katron could not get all the way. 51.
1st and 10. There's the pitch. Moulton trying to get outside. slithers through, and he's got a nice gain of 8 yards. Gronowski, lots of time, takes a shot. That's for Howard, and it's incomplete.
And Matt Rule is amazing.
Weegan gets a toss and then gets caught for a loss by Andrew Marshall.
There are 2 NFL prospect tackles. Those guys are getting ready for the draft. Dampier throws. That one's caught right at the 10, and they're going to say first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Utah.
So I'm glad the targeting was taken off.
That's sort of good news, bad news. They handed back to Dampier, the quarterback. Parker did, and that ball knocked down. Good play on the ball by the Nebraska defense, and Andrew Marshall. Otherwise, that would have been inside the 25.
Excellent play by Marshall, getting in the hand late in the down for the pass breakup. A little bit of trickery by Utah. Excellent throw by Dampier. You can see the location of the throw, but it's that second effort by Andrew Marshall. Just a fantastic job today.
2nd down and 25. Dampier in the pocket, throws across the middle. Davis with the catch. Those two have hooked up at 14 Utes. Looking for their 11th victory of the year. Pass complete. Ryan Davis gets through the initial tackle.